What's up everyone, I'm Dan and thanks to Qbyte Interactive for the review code. I'll be looking at Willy's Wonderland the game on the Nintendo Switch. Willy's Wonderland is a 2.5D beat 'em up based on the cult film of the same name starring Nicolas Cage. I actually enjoyed that movie more than the Five Nights at Freddy's film which inspired it. And because of this, I was hoping for an exciting dive into the horror themed universe where animatronics come to life with murderous intent. Unfortunately, it falls short on multiple fronts, leaving much to be desired in terms of gameplay, story integration and overall enjoyment. The premise of the game is straightforward. Players can choose between the janitor or Liv and battle their way through hordes of evil animatronics like Tito Turtle, Siren Sarah, Artie Alligator, Cammy Chameleon and Willy Weasel. The stages are themed after the infamous Willy's Wonderland, promising a nostalgic beat 'em up experience akin to genre classics such as Streets of Rage and Double Dragon. However, what we get is far removed from any of these classics. First and foremost, the combat in Willy's Wonderland is anything but fun. It's clunky and unintuitive, making it a chore rather than a pleasure to engage with enemies. Despite having a range of punches, kicks and combos at your disposal, the mechanics feel poorly executed. Characters move sluggishly and the lack of precision in combat often results in frustrating scenarios where players find themselves passing right through enemies or getting stun locked without a chance to retaliate. The special techniques and abilities, while theoretically adding depth, do little to enhance the overall experience, often feeling like a tacked on afterthought rather than a core part of the gameplay. The enemies themselves are another major letdown. They are dull, repetitive, and lack the variety needed to keep players engaged. Facing the same types of foes over and over again quickly becomes monotonous, and the game's limited enemy designs fails to capture the sinister charm of their movie counterparts. Boss battles, which should be standout moments, also fall flat due to their predictable patterns and uninspired mechanics. One of the most glaring issues with Willy's Wonderland is its disconnect from the film. For fans hoping to relive the movie's chaotic and airy atmosphere, the game offers little more than a superficial connection. The absence of a coherent story, meaningful cutscenes or narrative context leaves players, especially those unfamiliar with the film, in the dark about the motivations behind their actions. The game includes a few slideshow-like images at the beginning, but these do little to convey a sense of plot or immersion. As a result, the game stages feel like disjointed levels rather than parts of a cohesive world. In terms of features, Willy's Wonderland boasts 2 playable characters and a local 2-player option, but these elements fail to add significant replay value. The 2 characters, the janitor and Liv, play almost identically, and the 2-player mode does little to alleviate the game's fundamental flaws. Additionally, the game's presentation is lackluster. The visuals are mediocre with a dated look that doesn't capture the gritty, eerie vibe of the movie. The sound design, while serviceable, doesn't do much to elevate the experience either. The game's biggest flaw is its failure to be engaging. As players progress, the repetitive combat, uninspired enemy design and lack of narrative drive combine to create an experience that feels mundane and tedious. Even the inclusion of power-ups and health refills doesn't add enough variety to keep things interesting. In comparison to recent beat 'em ups like Double Dragon Neon and Streets of Rage 4, Willy's Wonderland falls painfully short. These titles have shown that the genre can still be exciting, dynamic and fun, while Willy's Wonderland feels like a half-hearted attempt that misses the mark on nearly every front. Willy's Wonderland, the game, is a disappointing 2.5D beat 'em up that fails to capture the essence of the film or provide a satisfying gaming experience. Its clunky combat, repetitive enemies, lack of narrative, and overall mediocrity make it hard to recommend. Unless you're an absolute diehard fan of the movie looking for any connection, and really there is none, not even the main character bears any resemblance to the character in the movie, it's best to give this game a pass and look to other more accomplished titles in the genre. Willy's Wonderland the game is out now on the Nintendo eShop, priced at $4.49 in the UK and $4.99 in the US. Thanks to you all for watching, and until next time.